Okay, Ruby, share your story. What is your story about?
Alligator stay. It's like when an alligator has like a bad day, but then at the end of the day, his friend comes and he gives him advice.
So what is your message in your story?
It's okay to have a bad day, and you can always count on your friends.
What are you doing as a writer that you weren't doing when you first started writing in
Like-
second grade?
In the beginning, I was in like editing and doing dialogue, but now in my book, I was doing editing and like dialogue.
Okay. Can you share something that you did with dialogue? How does this dialogue help the reader too?
It like helps the reader by like if it's like if the characters talking to each other.
So you understand who's talking in your story?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to share? What part do you want to share? Is there a part that might help us understand what you're talking about?
His mom said we could go to the toy store today, and then he like reacted about it, and then right here later that day, I'm going to the toy store. Said Mom, I'm coming. He said.
So in that section you could tell who was talking and they were talking back and forth.
Yeah.
How do you know, what did you do with dialogue? What did you mark? How did you mark it for your reader to know that?
It's kind of like two lines on like on the top of the first letter, and then at the end of it, it's kind of like the same thing, but you do it the other.
Do you know what those are called? Who could you ask that might help you with that? Who would know here what they're called?
What called speaker tags?
Did you ask a friend? Yeah, that's important to ask people if you're not quite sure of it, right? So you were using speaker tags, right? And quotation marks? Yeah, they're quotation marks. So what suggestions do you have for other writers coming into second grade or going into any suggestions?
Like you could like edit more. Like you could look at your words and see if they look wrong to you, and then you can try it and use your workspace.
You think workspace is important to use? What does a workspace help you do?
It's kind of like have a piece of paper or a whiteboard, and like instead of like erasing it a lot of times on your book, you would like erase it on your whiteboard or like a piece of paper.
So what does it help you do? It helps you see the words
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
they trying to see what they visually look like.
Yes.
So you use a white space or a whiteboard to do that. It's kind of a strategy you use. Awesome. Thank you for sharing.